Welcome into Chicago Bears Now. I'm your host, Harrison Graham. Give me a follow on Twitter. It's at HGrahamNFL. And it is mailbag time here on the show, so get your questions in right now, and I'll answer as many as I can just for you guys. Brandon Watts, can the Bears trade for the Chargers team doctor? This is a dark question here. So what he's referring to is, remember when the doctor accidentally punctured Tyrod Taylor's lung last year, and then Justin Herbert took over and balled out? I don't want to fill in the blanks for you, Brandon, but if you're suggesting that they should hire that doctor and he should accidentally injure Andy Dalton so Justin Fields can play sooner, that's just not something I'm going to support. But I appreciate the super chat nonetheless. Dominic Seamick, do you see Charles Snowden making the 53-man roster by August 31st? If you watch my first 53-man roster, I did have Snowden making the roster. I'm high on his potential. I thought he should have been drafted. I think he's got a good shot. We will do at least one more roster projections video, probably two more. So, hey, wait and see on our next video if I think that he will make the team. Pump YT, will Sam Mustipher be good at center? I'm optimistic. He obviously is an undrafted guy, so he's got a lot to prove, but I thought he played well in a limited sample size last year. 7 or 8 starts down the stretch. Can't remember if it was 7 or 8, but thought he held his own, thought he played well. If he continues to improve, then I think the Bears may have found their center as an undrafted free agent, which is very impressive work by this front office. Mike Rodriguez, appreciate the super. What 3 cuts, trades, extensions, or signings would you do if you were in charge? I would sign Allen Robinson to a long-term deal, secure him here, and it also lowers his cap for this year. Man, I would explore extending Jimmy Graham or cutting him because I think he's making too much money this year, and I would extend Akeem Hicks as well. 2-year extension, lower his cap this year. I think that's a win-win. Those are a couple things that come to mind. Trades are tough because you don't have your first-round pick. I would try to trade Nick Foles away, but I think they've tried to do that, and it just hadn't worked out. Justin Fields' mom is in the chat. Hashtag Bears. Is there any chance that Fields starts week 1? Obviously, this is a popular topic among Bears fans. I won't say 0 chance because, number 1, injuries can happen. You never know. And number 2, what if Dalton is just pitiful in the preseason and Fields is just so clearly better? Could Matt Nagy change his mind? Perhaps. I do think it would take a lot for them to not start Dalton week 1 at this point. They seem pretty committed on doing just that, but anything's possible. I'd give it 10% chance Justin Fields starts week 1 against the LA Rams. Who do you guys think will or at least should be the week 1 starter? Type AD for Andy Dalton, type JF for Justin Fields. I think it probably should be Dalton. I know that's not the fun answer, but that LA Rams defense is pretty nasty. So the worst thing you'd want is to force Fields in there. Then he throws 3 picks in his first start in prime time, and he's a little bit rattled. I think Dalton starts week 1, but get your votes in. And while you're voting, why not subscribe? Hit that big red button if you like what we do, if you like these live interactive mailbags where you guys are a big part of the show. Subscribe. Join us live every single Tuesday at 4 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Central Time. And youtube.com/BearsNow. Share that link with a friend. Let's continue to grow this channel. And, hey, during the season, live watch parties. We do play-by-play. It's a lot of fun. youtube.com/BearsNow. Got another super chat from Torian. You guys are bringing it today, almost $50. Appreciate you. $10 from Torian. The national media has gone crazy with this Tom Brady story. When was he ever interested in the Bears? Did I miss something? I don't really think he was. I think that's the whole point. I think the Bears showed some interest, and he was like, I don't want to play in 0-degree weather as a 43-year-old. So that's kind of my takeaway from the story. I think it became a story again because he had that quote where he was like, y'all are keeping this bleeper for instead of signing me, talking about an anonymous team. I don't think he was talking about Trubisky and the Bears. I think he was talking about either Garoppolo and the 49ers or Carr and the Raiders. We'll see if we ever know what the answer to that is. Busy Womack, hashtag Bears. Can the run defense get better even with the uncertainty of Eddie Goldman? I think it's getting better. Another year of Bilal Nichols, Akeem Hicks fully healthy, I think helps. Roquan Smith continues to improve. And I thought Danny Trevathan played much better the second half of last year. So, yeah, I think it can get better. It needs to get better because at times this Bears run defense got gashed last year. There's just no way around it. Obviously, Eddie Goldman helps. if he's there, if he's healthy, if he's engaged. But I've been skeptical on Eddie Goldman for, I think, good reason. We haven't seen him play in a game since December of 2019. Danger on YouTube. Bears now, would you take Richard Sherman for $5 million? Yeah, probably. I mean, I'd rather have him out there than Desmond Trufant. So, yeah, I mean, look, if Sherman wants to take $5 million or less and come to Chicago, let's do it, man. Let's see what this team can do this year. I think if a couple things bounce the Bears' way, they could go on a run. Obviously, some things have to go in their favor, but I do think there is an opportunity. Half Pint Blondie, we didn't want Crybaby Brady anyway. Can I get a oh, yeah, and a shout-out? Appreciate that, Half Print. There's the shout-out. Appreciate the $10 from you. And, yeah, Brady, he's just not really a Chi-Town guy. Tampa made a lot more sense. Good for him, but the Bears got Justin Fields, so there you go. Joel Fernandez, if Dalton starts the first 3 weeks and we go 1-2, do we switch to the future of our franchise? I've kind of said I think week 4 is the time to look at when Fields could take over. You're playing the crappy Lions. Then you got the Raiders the next week, who are a decent team, but their defense isn't very good. So kind of a way to ease him in to being a professional NFL quarterback. So, yeah, I think that's very much a possibility and maybe even a likelihood. I don't know if I'd go that far yet, but I think week 4 does make a lot of sense. Show the love. Let us know who's your favorite Bears player of all time. Perhaps it's Brian Urlacher. Maybe it's Walter Payton. Maybe it's Devin Hester. Maybe it's someone else. Let me know what you guys think. Who is your favorite Chicago Bears player of all time? I love Devin Hester, one of the more fun players to ever play in the NFL. That would probably be my answer, but there's a lot of good ones. So let me know what you guys think. Another one from Joel Fernandez. Are you still wanting us to sign Morgan Moses? Tom, didn't he sign with the Jets? Morgan Moses, somebody? Sam, Tom, somebody. Morgan Moses. I thought he signed with the Jets. I need to double check that, but not getting a lot of help from my friends behind the scenes here. Tom, did Morgan Moses sign with the Jets? No? Still out there apparently. So, hey, I'm still down for it. Maybe what it was is he was close to a deal with the Jets, but nothing became official. Depending on when you're watching this, maybe he's signed by then, but apparently nothing official yet between Moses and the Jets. Austin Recht, is there a point to buying a Dalton jersey? Look, I love Andy Dalton. He played at my alma mater, TCU. But if you're going to pick a jersey, just get a Fields jersey. Chatsports.com/Fields1, shameless plug, and get a Justin Fields jersey there. So, I would get a Fields jersey personally, but you guys live your lives how you want to. Couple more here. Could we still trade Foles, or are we going to be stuck with him? Obviously, you still can, but it takes two to tango. Got to find a team. I still think the Jets make sense. They have cap space. They could use a backup quarterback. I don't think Mike White is the answer behind Zach Wilson, but, we'll have to wait and see how things play out over the next couple of weeks. Give me a follow on Twitter. We're running out of time here on our mailbag, but if you didn't get your question answered, just tweet at me, @HGramNFL. Follow me over there, slide in the DMs, just tweet at me, whatever it is. Answer as many of you guys as I can over there, just like I do on these mailbags. Ask me Bears questions, NFL, even non-sports stuff. I like to engage on all types of topics. DJ Pardo, what are the chances Anthony Miller has a bounce-back season? Two smoking Jays. I think it's possible. I think he's motivated. Considering the Bears signed a lot of receivers, big year for him, contract year, so he has to step up. Mimo Rosales, do you think the Bears should include Cohen or another running back in order to trade Foles? Gosh. I'm not that desperate to get off of Foles. I mean, it only saves you $4 million. I think Tarik Cohen could be a good weapon in this offense, so I don't think I'd go that far. Now, you guys have proposed that, we'll just throw Anthony Miller in there. Yeah, I would do that, but is Anthony Miller really worth anything? So, I don't know. I think it's one of those tough ones. So, let me know what you guys think. Appreciate all the questions here on Chicago Bears Now.